And finally, I was looking at Tyler, and I was like, I don't think this is a good idea. And we were like, Wes, what do you think? He's like, I'm not supposed to say anything. And we were like, because you guys tell us as camera guys, you're not supposed to say anything. And it was like, we know. What's your humble opinion? And you were like, screw this. Why are we here? And it was like, okay, let's turn around.
The very first words Wes ever said to you guys.
Welcome to the Vitals Hunt Wars podcast. This week, our guest is Weston McArthur, or Wes, or at Rise and Shed on Instagram. Good friend, great person, and an all-around good time.
As we have found out in Oregon, a great time.
Oh, boy. Almost too good.
Almost.
Not enough trees.
Almost had it.
We're happy to have you, Wes. Glad you made the time to come up to our fun little spot here at the Weber County Archery Park. Shout out to them for letting us continue to use this room and this space. Obviously, there's always people shooting. If you hear that, that's what that is. I don't think you've really been able to hear it on previous podcasts, but if they start shooting at the metal target and breaking arrows, you might hear that. So,
Hear the gong.
yeah. But yeah, Wes, how's life been?
It's crazy, man. Just being a father and a husband and business owner, there's a lot going on right now. And just watching little Meadow grow up is kind of the highlight of my life right now. And then just trying to be like I said, a better person and just trying to build the business and try to help people. And just thank you guys for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I like that. Father, husband, business owner. Order of importance, I'm sure.
Bingo.
We know you're a good family man, so.
I try.
Business always comes last.
Don't get me wrong. Like when we first got married, I kind of was an asshole in that way where I did put the business in front of a lot of other things. But as I have now matured and become a father, like you kind of really figure out your priorities in life. And definitely business takes a back seat to family now. So, yeah, absolutely. I would say that's kind of how the order is. But I would say father, husband kind of battles each other. But,
And they will.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they will.
And they will, for sure. Well, let's talk about Rise and Shed. So you're on here, Rise and Shed. Tell us, what is Rise and Shed? How'd you come up with it? Give us the entire background
All right. So
for our listeners.
I'll just start way back.
Yeah, let's
because
way
it kind
back.
of
Bring it
all
in.
ties in together. So I grew up as an outdoorsman. I was lucky enough to have two father figures in my life. My stepfather, Kelly, was a big game type of hunter. And then my biological father, Jamie, was more small game fishing, did a whole bunch of upland stuff. He was actually, he raised pheasants, and he was a guide for all that. And so I was just introduced into the outdoors very young. And I was on my first deer hunt when I was 1 year old, like still have pictures of all that. Just kind of progressed through life. I was always into sports, grew up playing football, baseball, basketball. And, I always loved the outdoors and always kind of wanted to do something in the outdoors. When I found out that I wasn't going to be a professional baseball player, that's kind of where my life went.
Was that on the table?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I felt like I was a good enough ball player to maybe go somewhere with it. But, yeah, just obviously life happens and paths change.
Career-ending injury, I'm sure.
No, actually, it's a whole different story. We won't even get into it.
Pulled the gluteus maximus.
But yeah, just was always in the outdoors and playing sports. I kind of started the YouTube channel in 2016 because I was watching a whole bunch of other people do their outdoor activities and hunting and shed hunting, and I'm like, well, maybe people might enjoy what I like to do, because I did like doing hunting and fishing, and I wasn't really big into shed hunting, but I made time for it, you know?
Yeah.
And then, so at that point in time, I was actually doing excavation, and it was like 2014. I remember watching a YouTube video. It was actually Eric Chesser's Firebull video, and Jess and I are very freshly married. And after the video got done, I remember looking at her and was just like, that's what I want to do with my life. I want to, film hunts for a living. But she even asked, she's like, what, YouTube? And I'm like, not necessarily YouTube, but I want to film for a living. And even going out with my buddy Cam, sometimes we would talk about how cool would it be to even be a cameraman on a TV show and all this other stuff. And so one thing kind of led to another. I was doing excavation at the time. I had started the YouTube channel in 2016, and it was about 2 years. So 2018, really started having thoughts at the beginning of the year, like maybe I can take Rise and Shed somewhere, because people were actually following along, was getting a little bit of a following. People were asking for merch. And so I remember even making my first 24 hats and 24 hats and 48 shirts. And it took me over a year to sell all those shirts and hats. And I mean, I was like, maybe not, but I still had the YouTube thing, but it was something I was passionate about, something that I wanted to do. And I didn't want to work for the man anymore, and I wanted to build something for myself. So throughout this process, though, from 2014, we were saving money, and it was awesome to have Jess. She's a hairstylist, cosmetologist. So it was awesome to have her income, my income doing what I was doing. So we built up a decent savings, and then started talking about, maybe pursuing Rise and Shed full time. And she's like, all right, tell you what, if we can reach this financial goal, let's do it. Let's try to go full time. So we had reached the financial goal, and I kept working. I think it was like 4 or 5 months after that. And I will never forget this. And it was a 16-hour shift, and a bore company had bored through a fiber optic line and a sewage line. And so I was literally working in human piss and shit. And I remember just telling myself, like, dude, you're worth more than this. Like, this sucks. Like, this is shitty, literally. And I had a buddy, Braxton, that was on my little crew, and he was even very supportive through all the years that we worked together. And I remember we got done, and I looked at him, and I was like, I'm putting in my 2 weeks, dude. And he's like, hell yeah, you are. And he's like, and you're running Rise and Shed? I'm like, yeah, I'll go full time. I'll do it. Immediately called Jess, told her, and then she was just like, all right, if you feel comfortable with it, let's go full time. And then right after that, I made a phone call to Eric Chesser and Ben Dedamani, just because they had kind of been my idols, just through this whole process. And Ben had just done it like a year and a half before, quitting the janitor job and going full time. And so I looked up to those guys. Yeah,
I remember watching that same video. I was like, that's the moment that I followed him. Like, dude, I'm gonna support this guy.
Yeah, same.
Good video.
Same. Yep. And so, made 2 phone calls, and then it was kind of off to the races. And so, a little backstory too. My biological father, Jamie, committed suicide when I was 17 years old, and I've always had a big heart and want to give back and help people and stuff. And so once that happened, I was like, how can I, use this to help people, but still run my business? And so for every sale at riseandshed.com, we donate $1 to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
That's awesome.
And how I even got the name Rise and Shed is my mom would come in every morning, rise and shine. And then I was just like, let's just put a little twist on it. We're going to call it Rise and Shed. And so that's kind of how everything kind of blossomed. And I mean, it's definitely been a long road. I've learned a lot of stuff, and there's some things I wouldn't say I regret, because I had a valuable learning lesson, but I would say the first 3 years of this business, I treated it like a hobby. And I still hate myself for it, but it's kind of funny because we were just talking about this earlier. Year 4, that's when Meadow was born. So I'd say 2022 is when I actually really started getting my shit together. Yeah. And I started treating it like a business. And, over the last 3 years, consistently treating it like a business, it's been cool to learn from my mistakes. It's been cool to see the difference of running it from a hobby to a business. It's been cool to just meet, without even social media and Hunt Warz even invite me to even come out and film. And that's a whole other separate story. But without all these different things happening, without me just kind of diving in head first into running your own business and figuring all this stuff out, it's actually kind of cool just to even right now, as I'm thinking about it, it's I get a little bit of chills, just how far it's actually came. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And for sure. And huge shout out to Hunt Warz and the fact that we're even here right now doing this podcast. Hunt Warz has actually been a huge help in my life, honestly, with building my family, just being able to take care of them that way. They've been a separate income for me. and how much I've actually learned from camera work to editing and everything that I do within my own business. They've helped teach me and hone the craft. And so just thank you very, very much. You and Will have definitely been a huge help in my life.
Britt's
So
blushing.
but no, and I'm being dead ass serious. Like without you guys, I don't think Rise and Shed is even to the point that it is cinematically, and just how to film and how to edit and all that stuff. So you guys have been huge. And then, I mean, you gentlemen sitting here too, without Hunt Wars, I don't know who you guys are, you know? So it's just like, it's kind of cool how it does kind of come full circle. And it's just like, man, like without you guys even going full time and believing in yourselves, trying to run a TV show and doing all that stuff and putting trust in your stuff, like
still hard. Hard.
I mean, we all are, and
easy.
it's not, but it's just kind of cool to just see how everything has kind of come back. I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you for that, man. I mean, honestly, like that's been one of the coolest parts of everything we do is, you know, watching you, and if we helped in any way, shape, or form, like it's an honor. So
Absolutely. No, thank
Hunt
you.
Wars wouldn't be what it is without Wes, that's for sure.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say
he's
that.
been with us since before day one. So.
Still everybody's favorite camera guy.
He is always the favorite camera guy.
Shut up. No.
Absolutely. He is.
I'm a little bit more
It hurts me.
outspoken.
It hurts me to say it.
Whatever. All I remember is the first day that Tyler and I were with Wes as our camera guy. I legitimately that morning was like, he hates us.
You thought Wes hated you?
Because Wes didn't say a word. You have to
this
admit
guy's all business.
The very first
He
day,
fell back asleep on the way out.
It's true. But we so the night before we had left some elk in the bottom of this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
Hellhole
remember
Canyon.
now. Yeah.
Hellhole Canyon that we went down with Will.
Oh yeah,
And
Will
so-
told me about that canyon.
Yeah,
But with Will, we went down and back up.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
With Wes, we
Well,
started
let
at
me
the bottom.
let me tell my side then.
Hold on,
why
I'm
I
not-
was an ass. Well, let me hurry and say this.
Yeah, you're gonna
So
have to
Will
explain
just does
yourself.
this death hike with you guys. He comes back and tells me, "Oh, good luck." So in my mind, I'm thinking, "F these guys. What are we doing right now?"
I didn't even think it was that. But the way down wasn't that bad. It was the way
A
up.
bull
that sucked.
bugled at one point somewhere down there. We're going for it.
I literally looked
it was a
back at-
hellhole.
I looked back at Tyler and I was like, "Well, I guess I'll buy you a steak if we get one down there." So, but the next we went down there and the bottom that creek bed was dry.
It was.
There was nothing in it. So we were looking on maps. It was faster to go back down another way and come up. It was faster to get into the elk. It was a shorter hike. That had water in it, and it sucked.
That's right. We thought we were going to walk a dry creek bed.
Yeah. Nope. It was
Not
full of
dry
water.
through the other entrance.
Yeah.
Zero fun, sir.
So I just remember walking through that, like bushwhacking and turning around. Wes didn't say a word. And finally I was looking at Tyler and I was like, I don't think this is a good idea. And we were like, Wes, what do you think? He's like, I'm not supposed to say anything. And we were like, because you guys tell us as camera guys, you're not supposed to say anything. And it was like, we know. What's your humble opinion? And you were like, screw this. Why are we here? And it was like, okay, let's turn around.
The very first words Wes ever said to you guys.
Right, more colorful than that, but I just remember being like, yeah, Wes
guys are
is
idiots.
right. This sucks. And so we turned around and found elk and then got into elk another way. But
That's
that
true.
was
We
our-
did see. That was the first
that was the bull that
true
crossed the
glimpse
road.
of a bull
Yeah.
right after we walked out of there.
Anyways, I can't remember why I
Wes
said
did
that.
not see it first.
That's rare. Wes is usually the first to spot everything. This guy.
I just
Eyes
like
of
glassing.
hawk.
I like glassing.
He likes glassing.
Yeah.
He does.
I remember when South Cox was like, dude, my only goal this whole trip is to find a deer before Wes.
Well, day 3 he told me to F off.
After you
True
spotting
story.
everything.
Well, first day, I was doing my picture thing video for like 20 minutes, and they were like, "Oh, we're just seeing does." I literally, and this is no joke, I literally pull up my glass, and in my glass is like a 160 type buck. I'm like, "Got one," and he goes, just looks at me like, "There's a buck right here." And so day 2. Same type of thing. I do my pictures and videos, and they're seeing smaller bucks. And then I was like, "Oh, got him." And he's like, "Shut up. No, you don't." Same buck from the day before. So day 3, he's like, "All right, you don't even get to pull up your glass for a half hour. Like, and we literally set a timer, and this is no bullshit. We set a timer, and it was, you know, half hour's up. They've only been finding small deer, and for the third day in a row, I find the exact same buck, almost in the exact same spot. And I was like, got him. And South turned to me, and he's all, fuck you. And so, yeah, that was fun.
South is such a good guy.
Dude, he's such a good guy. Well, him and Aaron. That was such a fun hunt. Just to
And Leonard.
and Leonard, yeah,
Leonard, dude.
Yeah.
I love Leonard.
Absolutely. It was just fun to learn from those guys, though.
Oh, man.
Like, just legends within the archery world. And I honestly, and I can say this, I didn't even know who South was. I knew who Aaron was. I had no clue who South Cox was. And then when they finally started talking about him, saying he was being on the show, then I started watching his stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
the guy's
so
a
legit.
slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
well,
legit.
Slayer.
so I know I'm a big mule deer guy, so I know who South was. South's like a mule deer legend, and so I don't get starstruck.
You were
but
fangirling
I
a
was
little
pretty,
bit?
yeah, I was pretty nervous to meet both of those guys.
You signed my
Like, you signed my spot. Oh boy, no, but like, and it's, I don't know, so cool. And it's like one of those things. Like they say, like, never meet your heroes, but those guys are awesome.
They're legit.
top-notch guys.
Absolutely.
That's good.
See, and I was always intimidated by Aaron just from social media. But then when you actually meet him, total opposite of what I thought. I was like, oh, this guy's going to be the
Shorter in
biggest
real
hard
life,
ass
isn't he?
and stuff. No, Aaron is just a genuine dude.
Oh,
and he
man.
he just will help anybody. And he was so informative. He helped me learn a whole bunch of different stuff while on stocks. And so, yeah, like Aaron is a stud. They're both studs.
Yeah, like, and just like genuine, good, hearted guys. Like, you know, the saying like, "Oh, give you the shirt off my back." Aaron is like, he is that guy, like legit. I can't think of, when I hear that saying, I immediately think of Aaron every time. It's just a solid, good
Nice.
dude. So,
Yeah, that's way cool. You guys got this opportunity.
and when the first time I saw him, I showed up to this hunt a little bit late. I think my wife was having our second kid, or I don't know, I can't remember what it was, but I'm in camp, just kind of waiting for everybody, and so they'd been out hunting. And Aaron pulls up in his Raptor that's all jacked up and awesome. And he just hops out and just the Hulk of it. I was like, dude, this is a pit bull of a man. Like, even the way he walked, I was just like, dude, this guy's scary, man. I'm getting out of his way. Right? And then comes up, shakes your hand, and after like 10 minutes, you're like, dude, this is the coolest guy on earth. So,
Nice.
super good dude.
Well, since we're talking about filming, let's jump into kind of the filming aspect of things and how does that get started? And
Well, like
you
I said,
self-film?
Where'd the passion come
yeah,
from?
it was. I mean, it wasn't even like I had a passion for filming. Honestly, I wanted to do it, but it wasn't like I had a passion for it. Like, I didn't know shit when I very first started filming. I just knew I watched people on YouTube. I was like, okay, I can mimic that. Just talking to the camera, show off the shed. Good, got it. But then once I started doing more of it, and I started seeing photography and just other type of cinematic videos, I'm like, oh, I kind of want my stuff to look like that. That stuff is badass, you know?
Yeah.
And so there was a mental shift, I'd say around, actually right before you guys hit me up, there was a mental shift of just like, all right, I want to learn how to really run a camera. I want to know the settings. I want to know how to take night shots. I want to know how all these different things. And then it was funny because that's when you guys had hit me up. And then, you know, going out with Hunt Warz and stuff, it really helped me hone the craft. Because, I mean, you really have to be a hunter, I feel, to film on Hunt Warz, you know, or to film a hunt in general. I feel like you have to be a hunter.
That's a requirement on our show now.
Yeah.
Which is an added difficulty to find guys that are hunters and good cameramen. So
Well, I don't think a lot of people think about that. That if you're a camera guy, yeah, there's plenty of people out there that are into photography and like filming. But I think a lot of the general public don't realize that you can't just go in to any hunt if you're not a hunter as a camera guy and think you're going to be successful in helping somebody.
yeah,
Especially archery.
Oh, 100%.
You could do it. Right. I would see rifle. You could do it.
yeah,
Archery.
no, I agree with that.
Zero.
Yeah.
No.
you imagine your camera guy just being like, hold on, I gotta reframe
I gotta
this
set
shot.
this up.
Hold still, everyone, nobody move.
well, I think there's
Mr. Deer, stay still.
See, and I have huge respect for somebody that can put together a dope video and self-film their own hunt and get a kill shot dude, like I've tried it. It's hard as shit. And so I respect the hell out of anybody that can do that and do it at a high level. Like that is, I mean, we can talk all we want, but that is hard to do and put together a nice cinematic flick about it. That is hard to do.
What aspects about that make it hard for you? For anybody in general, maybe.
Well, for one aspect, you can't move. And so if a animal goes out of frame, you now have to extend your arm to turn the camera and all that. So you just can't move. So that makes it hard in itself.
Yeah.
Unless you have, a GoPro or something like that, but then your quality is not going to be as good and you won't be able to zoom in and really get the whole grasp of what's happening around them. And so just no movement is the hardest aspect about all of hunting in general. Not even just filming and hunting. It's just hunting and not moving and not being smelt and stuff. That's the other thing that you're not really thinking about too is like, okay, I got to play the wind. I can't let these guys see me. Now I have to haul my camera around. Like, dude, there's just so many different variables that have to go right in order for that to go down.
So did you just start self-filming shed hunts? Was
Yeah.
that how you?
That was your start?
That was literally the start of my filming gig, was filming shed hunts.
Talking into the can. How'd you get over that? Was it easy
Just
for
doing
you?
it. No, dude.
Dude, it's so awkward.
To this day, I will literally go through a video, edit it, send it out there, and I will never watch it again.
Are you serious? You'll never go back and watch?
I hate watching myself.
Wes is one of the, there's actors that will, make a Hollywood production film and they won't ever watch themselves. They won't watch their own movies.
I guess I've
That's
never
Wes.
filmed myself.
I dislike watching
I
myself.
don't know that I would be able
Well,
to
and I
watch
think-
myself either.
Like
Yeah,
in
it's
this
weird.
podcast, to listen to this podcast, I probably personally won't listen to it. Just
wow.
because
First off,
I'm
offended.
just being honest. I'm being honest because I do not like listening to myself. I hate the sound of my voice, the way I look. It's just I get uncomfortable.
I think you look
No, I'm
freaking
just
nice.
this is just my insecurities.
I think we need to
and I'm
shift
just
this
being
to a
honest.
confidence building podcast.
But no, I'm serious. There's only a handful of videos that I've done myself that I have rewatched, but it's not of me. It's like my dad's hunt, or even like the Do Utah U Shed hunt that we just did.
Yeah.
I've probably watched that 3 or 4 times now, just because I love the feeling of it, and I know how I felt while I was doing it, and my thought process behind it, and I don't know. I love that type of stuff. But
sure.
to watch myself, zero.
And to clarify that, that's the finished product, right? You're obviously rewatching.
Yes.
stuff.
As you're editing,
You have to.
Oh,
almost,
I'm
right?
watching it the entire time like, you're a dumbass.
Yeah, I haven't edited myself. I just edit other people. Just like, man, by the time I'm done, like editing and even watching other videos that our guys have edited, right? By the time I've watched it 1, 2, 3 times, I'm like, dude, I don't ever want to see this again. It's like, oh.
So Britt will never watch our episodes, is what he's saying.
That's what I
I
heard.
will. I have to watch them.
Yeah. No,
I have to make critiques and like have like little edits and stuff done. So.
No, I'm with you though, because like even I have to send like Zoom recordings sometimes to customers. I hate my voice on anything. I hate it. You sound so weird.
I think it's just funny. I think everyone sounds a little bit different to themselves.
I do for sure.
Right?
Like how I talk right now when I watch it on film does not sound the same to me.
yeah.
I feel I just don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
This is weird. It's like, dude, I really like your voice. I've always liked.
thank you.
is weird.
Thank you.
But we talked about this though, like for a podcast. I was like, dude, you and Tyler both have really good voices for a podcast. Like I don't particularly like my voice. I wish it was.
We got faces for radio.
Wish I
We
had a
do have
deeper
radio
voice.
faces.
Radio face.
Yeah, we decided to film all of it.
Yeah. But so kind of bringing that back, did you shed hunt before you started filming yourself, or did you start when you started filming? Like, how did that?
So I found my first shed when I was 11, and I was deer hunting with my dad, and I'm like, the hell's this? And he was
Yeah.
like, it's an antler. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Why is it on the ground and not on his head? And then that's when he told me they shed every single year. But in my mind, an 11-year-old mind, I was like, I thought they just kept growing and just got bigger,
Yeah.
I had no idea that they shed. So that happened, and I just remember thinking, man, that's cool. These things technically can be anywhere, in my 11-year-old brain. And then it didn't start until, I don't know, it was right after college. And Went on a couple shed hunts with just buddies around St. George. And then when I really started focusing on shed hunting is I was working towers. I used to build and maintenance cell phone towers, and we were in Wyoming, and my buddy Cam, he was just like, let's go find some sheds. I'm like, we're going to Home Depot? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go find some antlers. So we went out, and seriously 100 yards out of the truck, I find a little 4-point, and I'm jazzed about it. And maybe 50, 75 yards later, I found a brown side set laying on top of each other. And then I lost my mind on that one. And that's honestly, I can say the day that really started the passion. And then that's when I kind of made it a point. I'm going shed hunting. Like, this is badass. I can find these anywhere. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
And then, but I honestly didn't start filming though until like 2016. So I had done it 4 or 5 years up to that point of just going out and taking pictures just because some were cool, but did not start filming until I actually started a YouTube channel. Like, I started the YouTube channel and then I started filming.
So had you been, because you sell your sheds, right?
Yeah.
So had you been like finding a bunch of sheds prior to filming, and you were already in the selling them game?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
So just timeline for me and to remind everyone, YouTube started 2016. Rise and Shed account started same year.
So YouTube was 2016. Going full time, Rise and Shed was 2018.
Okay, full time. But what was the name of your YouTube channel when you started it?
Rise and Shed.
Okay, so Rise and Shed has been
it's been the same since 2016.
Were you Rise and Shed on like Facebook or Instagram?
Zero.
Nope.
Nothing.
So 2016, Rise and Shed is born.
Yep.
Full time 2018, and then just cranking it since 22.
Yeah.
And what's the mantra, right? Like, it's on your hat, like
rise to the
could you
occasion,
talk
shed
about it?
self-doubt.
Okay,
That one?
rise to the occasion, shed self-doubt.
Yep. The slogan, tagline.
Gotcha.
Also, get yourself some Rise and Shed merch. It's on his hat.
Well, I
Looks
appreciate it.
fantastic.
Well, thank you.
Also,
He's rocking it too.
Pretty cool stuff.
When he
Now,
did not
I'm a little
give
bit
to me,
jealous.
I supported him,
He
thank
bought
you
that?
for the support.
Speaking of which,
and I wear it almost daily to the gym.
I messed this up. We do have a gift for you, by the way.
Oh.
Since we're talking about hats.
Cool.
A nice little
Thank
Hunt
you.
Horse hat.
Thank you very much.
You
See,
add that
that's
to your
my favorite
Hunt Horse hat
colors.
collection.
But you've never had a Hunt Horse hat before.
Probably never.
Not this type. No.
Yeah, that's
Nothing that says Kings on it.
That's our newest one.
I know. Yeah. I like that.
So when did you start? So you're solo filming shed hunts. When did that kind of transition into hunt films?
2017, we put our first hunt film together.
Okay.
And that was me and my buddy Cam. And then
What
I
hunt
kinda,
was it?
Just a mule deer hunt.
Okay.
Over in, we have property over
don't have
above
to say
Salina
where.
Canyon.
Oh.
No, I don't care. We have property up there. And a lot of people already know, so that's fine.
And now less people know.
Yeah. But no, it was a hunt up there. And then, I don't know, I didn't know what I was doing at that point in time. I was just trying to show off the highlights and stuff of
Did
the
you get
hunt.
anything?
And like, yeah, my
Did you
buddy
get the kill
Cam.
shot?
Yeah. No. Honestly, I can't remember if we did or not on that one. I honestly can't remember now that you say that. Put
Wes
me on the
doesn't
spot.
watch his
I
own
don't remember.
That's
videos.
true.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
what I'm
watch
saying.
it.
He doesn't know.
And plus, that was almost 8 years ago. So yeah,
That's
it's
true.
been,
That is
been a
true.
minute. But then I kind of made it a point after obviously editing that video. I'm like, I want it to look better. Like, I want to be better at this. Like, especially if I'm going to go full time, when 2018 happened, I was like, I just have to be better at filming, better at having dialogue, documenting the whole storyline,
Yeah.
And then 2019, it was 2019, right?
2020 is the year that we started. So we
It
probably
was
talked.
2020?
What a
we
year.
probably talked to you in 2019, but
Okay.
Hunt Wars officially started in 2020.
All right. Well, then 2020, I would say that's when things really started getting a little bit better for me because I was basically filming a TV show. And that blew my mind that I was filming a TV show. And even how that whole process went down, I don't know. I'm forever grateful. But then it was a dream come true at that time. And funny story, and I don't know if I've ever told you this.
Oh, here we go.
3 days before we're supposed to go on this hunt, I literally was looking at my wife and I'm like, I can't do this. I have to tell him I have testicular cancer or something. Like, I got to tell him that I can't do this. Like, who am I to be filming a TV show right now? Like, I barely have, like, technically 2 years under my belt using a nice camera, you know?
A little bit of imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And I seriously remember telling her, and I was laying in bed, and I just had the most overwhelming sensation of just like, you effed up. Bad. Like, why did you agree to this? And I remember telling my wife, and I even got kind of emotional. I'm like, I have no business being out here filming this hunt right now. Like, these guys are going to think I'm the biggest dumbass. And which is funny because one of the very first scenes that we ever filmed on Hunt Wars, it was around the campfire, and my camera was in slow motion the entire time. I didn't even know my settings from Adam at that point in time. My camera was on slow motion the entire time, and I remember it was, what was the gentleman's name?
Who you talking about? Mike?
Mike, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mike comes over, he's like, what are you doing? And I remember he like had to switch out my settings, and he's like, you're filming in slow motion. And I just remember thinking, send me home. Give me a bus ticket.
Fire me now.
I'm fired.
No, I remember thinking that vividly. But then it was kind of weird because I remember going to bed that night, saying a silent prayer, and just like, Jesus, please just take the wheel. Yeah.
For the next 21 days.
Filming. Yes. And yeah, honestly, I went to bed that night and I woke up the next morning and I'm like, you know what? Quit being a little bitch. You're going to go out. You're going to crush it. We're going to film a TV show. This is going to be badass. And that's kind of my whole mantra after that. History. It was just, yeah. I mean, obviously I'm still here. So I did
from filming from filming in slow-mo to everyone's favorite camera guy. a true success story. Weston McArthur.
He also has one of the most popular videos that we've ever shot.
Which one?
It's the fighting scene.
The elk fighting scene. At which, oh man, I don't even want to talk about it really.
Hold on. What season and episode? We're freaking talking about it. What season, what episode?
So this would be season
3?
No, it was season 2. It was
Okay.
season 2. And I don't know what episode
one
it
of
was.
the
I
Archery
want
Elk
to say
episodes.
it's episode 6.
New Mexico?
Yeah,
right?
New Mexico. Team Idaho.
If
won.
you have not watched that, I'm
I
sorry,
guess I
Team
shouldn't say
Idaho.
that,
But if anybody has not watched that, they need to go watch
Spoiler alert.
it.
Oh,
Yeah, you
dude,
got to go
it's-
watch it. We're going to spoil it, but you got to go watch it.
Well, and I can even tell how that even went down. Like,
dude.
we were literally parked in the dark, listening to bugles, and we were already on elk as soon as we pulled up. So let's fast forward to the fight scene. We can hear them fighting, and Dustin and I haul ass into this, and they're fighting in a meadow. And we're like, go at him. You know, he even told us, he's like, I'm going right at him. I'm like, all right, do it. And he just starts going. In my mind, as I'm filming this, I'm seeing dollar signs. I'm like, this is the greatest video. He's gonna kill a sweet bull after fighting. Like, I'm already, clips going viral, you know? And then I see him keep getting closer. I'm like, okay, stop, you know? And then he kept getting closer. And then he finally ranges. I'm like, all right, yep, get it done. And then he kept crawling, and I was like, oh my gosh, how close are you getting, dude? But, you know, from our angle, it looks like he's seriously 15 yards.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know?
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
Reach out and touch
realistically,
him while
he was
poke him,
only
yeah.
like 65, which he thought he was 88. But no, he was 65, 63 at that time.
Mistakes were
And
made.
then mistakes were made.
A couple.
And then he gets in and gets to this certain yardage. I'll come back to it. And you see him get ready. And then he just like doesn't do anything. And now the elk are staring at him. And I'm thinking, oh, WTF, shoot the bastards, you know? And then
Pick one and shoot him.
yeah. And then the elk run off, and I'm just left with
Negative dollar sign.
Yeah, like everything
dreams,
just we went
broken
bankrupt, you know.
Killed the baby
And
bird.
it was funny because I remember walking up to him like I said some colorful language, and I was like, "What the." Bro, like, what are you doing? You know, like, you know, I like couldn't even speak words because I was so like just amped and just like, what happened? Yeah. And he's like,
you
dude,
reverted back to caveman.
my broadhead fell off. And I was just like, your broadhead fell off. Like, what? And so, but as he was crawling, his arrow was on his rest, and all the weeds that he was crawling through unraveled his broadhead. And then where he actually stopped for the second time was 42 yards.
Oh.
We went hunting the whole day and came back through that field. I ended up finding his broadhead. And this is only how we know it's 42 yards, because I'm like looking at the broadhead. I'm looking at where the elk are. I'm looking at the broadhead. And I'm like, range that. And then he like ranges it, and you just see his soul leave his body. Like it just gone. And I was like, what's the range? He's like, 42. I'm
Well,
like,
and that's where the broadhead is.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like
and
who
they're
knows
all
when
closer,
it rolled off,
right?
right?
yeah.
Oh man.
So
And Dustin Fry is such a cool.
Oh,
he's
good
such
dude.
a good.
Great
I love
dude.
that guy. Mm-hmm. My heart breaks
Bless your
every
heart,
time.
Dustin.
Every time I
Every
see
time.
that, I'm just like, oh, dude, I know it kills him that I post it.
Kills
'Cause
him,
he
but I learned a
comments,
lot from
He
that.
stays pretty active and all that stuff. I was like, oh, dude, I hate to do this, but this is like one of the coolest scenes ever. Like
It is a cool scene.
It is
experience.
a,
Like
it's
I
a
mean,
super cool scene.
I mean, it was pretty cool that he's just like, dang, he's like looking at. He's just like, well, that was an epic experience though. It's just like,
Oh, absolutely.
the worst possible scenario happened, but it was still
Yeah.
so cool to have
I'll say this
experienced
though,
that.
I learned a lot from Hunt Wars. Specifically, two things: check your broadheads, make sure they're screwed in,
Your broadheads.
and don't shoot tooth of the arrow 4 blades.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and one thing that I learned, I mean, that whole situation, we had so many people reach out to us about that scene, and they're like, "Oh, dude," he's like, "Why were you crawling? You can literally just run, right up to them when they're like that." He's like, "Their world condenses to like a basketball," and he's just like, "You shouldn't have been crawling. You could have jogged up there and shot one of them almost." So, I mean, I don't
Who
know
knows?
how
Who
how
knows?
true
Yeah,
that
you
is.
don't- you never know.
When
But it
I'm
was-
in that position next,
Yeah.
I'll test it out.
But I mean, an open field. I mean,
Yeah, I wouldn't have run.
Him even crawling in there, like he was crawling in the wide open,
Yeah,
right?
he was.
So it's like the fact that he was able to even do that was insane.
Yeah, it's so
It's such
cool,
a cool
yeah.
experience.
Well, and what else is crazy is, dude, we heard him cracking antlers for a while before we even got to the meadow. So they had been fighting a long time.
And I had never, like, when I heard the first bulls I'd ever heard fighting, I was like, "What is that?" Like, I had no idea what it was. I was like, "They're like, dude, that's bulls fighting. We got to go." I'm like, "Oh, that sounds awesome."
See, and now that sound is embedded in my head.
Mine
like
too, yep.
I know, like if you hear the crack of an antler, you're like, you just know. You know it's going down.
It's sprinting time. So
Brett knows about sprinting time.
yes, I do. And falling, sprinting and falling.
he knows falling
Face
really
first.
well.
He knows falling really well. Yeah.
Really dialed on that
It's
part.
too bad Tyler didn't have a camera that day.
Hey, thankfully, my neck broke my fall.
Save the camera.
I did. I totally
Took it on the neck.
I did take it pretty hard just so the camera would survive.
Took what? Pretty hard?
I knew it.
That's exactly where my mind
Oh
went.
my gosh.
That's exactly where my mind went.
I apologize to everyone.
Oh, we're good. We're good. So, how did you get started with Hunt Wars? I mean, we've been talking about you filming for these guys. Like, how did that?
Is that a Brett question?
Yeah, how did
brought
that happen?
you to him? His impeccable
Honestly,
selfie discussions during his shed hunting videos?
Mustache.
It was
So
Troy.
Troy is actually,
Okay.
I think Troy's the one that reached out to him. I had seen the shed hunting video that you did with Eric Chesser, I believe.
Gotcha.
Was that your first? Or maybe you were just on one of his.
We did a trip together.
Yeah, gotcha. And so I saw that, and so I had seen you before. I'd heard Rise and Shed like one time, and then Troy was just like, "Hey, like I have this Rise and Shed kid, Wes, who's willing to come and film, and he's willing to do it for free." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Number one, that's a red flag."
Yeah. Yes,
Like,
it
I was
is. Wes.
gonna, wait, what? This is news to me.
Yeah,
Well, no
And,
wonder you weren't fired for filming it slow mo.
Right, yeah.
You're already
This is
free.
how I got my foot in the door.
yeah. And I don't know what your guys' conversation was like. Maybe Troy was just like, "Hey, it'd be a good experience for you to build up a portfolio." I don't know, but anyway, we were
Troy
at
tried to
TAC.
swindle you.
we were at the Total Archery Challenge event, and we had our booth, and Wes just came through, and I recognized him, and I was just like, "Hey, dude!" I was like, "Are
You're Rise and Shed.
you're Rise and Shed, aren't you?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, maybe I'm crazy, but I thought that our Troy said that maybe you were going to come and film with us. I'm Britt with Hunt Wars, and he was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, give me a call, hit me up or something.
Well, so how I got it was Expo at that point in time. And somebody had told Troy about me at Expo. Troy reached out to me and made me sign the NDA and all that. We went to lunch.
The NDA.
And but he was telling me about this TV show that he wanted to do. And he was like, I need somebody to produce it and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I don't know shit about producing a TV show, but I run a camera, so I can help you film it. I was like, I don't know anything past that, and I'm not a good editor or anything like that. And he's like, all right, I'll hit you up. I didn't hear from you guys for 3 months.
Wait. You didn't hear from Troy.
Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't hear from Hunt Wars for 3 months.
So wait a second. You got offered Hunt Wars. You got offered the, hey.
Yeah, I need somebody to produce it and all that.
Will you be my partner and start this TV show with me?
Kind of type of thing, yeah. And I was like, I don't know anything
We're
about it.
We're the idiots that said yes.
Britt's like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was offered to Wes first.
Yeah.
I know he talked with a bunch of people first.
Yeah, and that was the thing too. He's like, yeah, I'm still talking to other people and I'll let you know. And then I think it was literally, because I believe that hunt started on like September 12th or something like that. And I remember it being like September 1st. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not filming for this TV show. They found somebody else. And then you guys hit me up, and the rest is history. And
Wasn't it hit up like, hey, we're going tomorrow. Yeah. Can you come?
No. Troy hit me up first. Troy hit me up first. And he's like, all right, bro, you ready to go to New Mexico? And I'm like, huh? And he's like, yeah, you're filming in New Mexico. I'm like, well, when's the hunt? And then he's like, in 2 weeks. And I'm like, 2 weeks. All right, I guess we're going, And honestly, I didn't really have anything going besides my own tags. And I'm like, F this. I'm going to go film a TV show. Yeah. Like, I just want my foot in the door. I want to, exactly. It was just opportunity to do something different and just, something that I love to do. And so, it kind of brought us to this point. All the way from there. A lunch.
Worst mistake you ever made.
So at this point, you're walking into filming an archery elk hunt in New Mexico. You have filmed you and your buddy's own deer hunt. What other hunts have you filmed?
Actually, in 2018, literally, it'll be 7 years, July 18th. It'll be 7 years running Rise and Shed full time. In August of 2018, had a family friend actually draw a once-in-a-lifetime bighorn sheep hunt in Oregon. Nice. That was technically my very first real hunting film, if you want to call it that.
Is it on your channel still?
Yep, it's on the channel. It's called Redemption. And
I watched that.
So that was my very first time ever really putting together a hunt film, editing, filming all by myself, all that. And nice. I just dove head first, and it was one of like the most important tags he's ever drawn.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're filming it," and I'm like, "Okay, let's go, let's do it." And then kind of the rest is history. That's kind of what started me filming hunts and doing all that.
So just you said you don't really watch your own films, right? Mm-hmm. But you've obviously grown and progressed and become better at so many different things in filming and editing, right?
100%.
Have you ever gone back and looked at like a 2018 Rise and Shed video?
Yeah, actually, I watched Redemption like a year ago.
Yeah.
And I just the whole time, holy shit, I could have done this a lot better. Like,
well, not the second part, but it's got to be cool to see where you're at now.
No, absolutely. I mean? I guess I took the good and the bad from it. I was like, sure. Man, I could have done this so much better. But then to even have that thought, I did think like, wow, I've gotten so much better. And it is from you guys, though, too. Like, I can honestly say that. You guys have taught me a lot with editing and camera work and all that. And so, just mixing all the stuff together and just being willing to learn, though, too. Some people are just so set in their ways and but I'm an open book, and I feel I am a sponge. Like, and it's weird, and I'm sure a lot of people are like this, but I'm only really interested in stuff that really interests me. But then once I get going on it, it's like I hone in on it. Like I could care less about politics and all that stuff. I don't know jack about that. But hunting, sports, that type of stuff, I dive head first. That's how I like it.
That's a good way.
That's a good
Your
way.
face just said it all, and as soon as it verbal vomit.
I think I'm the worst one at the table. My wife can't listen to this show.
Oh man.
Oh, that's terrible. So you've talked about like Ben. You've talked about like Hush, who I would say are some of the biggest influencers in the game, within the hunting YouTube space. Would you guys agree? Like they're pretty up there.
Yeah.
So for you, I mean, how does it feel yourself to be, you know, in the influencing game? Like, is it all it's cracked up to be? Do you like it? Like what?
See, and I don't even like the word influencer.
Okay.
I honestly hate that because
What would you prefer?
person Wes, like you know, like
Person Wes shed / rise.
No, just because I feel anybody who posts something, you're influencing an emotion, some type of reaction.
Yeah.
So I don't like the influencer term technically, but being within the industry, you do learn the ins and outs of it. And it is a game, just like anything else, any other type of business. It is a game, and I don't feel anybody in the industry is competition. I do not see it that way. I feel if we can all learn and just progress together, everybody just gets a piece of the pie. I have an abundance mentality.
That's a good mentality.
And
Yes, it is.
I don't feel I'm in challenge with anybody. It's just I'm in challenge with myself and building my own brand and building my own character, you know? Like that's the only thing that I care about. And yeah, I know a few people in the industry that are fake. And it sucks, but I also feel
suck.
that's just life, you know? And I do feel like what you see right here and how you meet me, that's what you get. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to be
that's
the
true.
same person on and off camera. And I don't know. I just feel some people get kind of caught up within whether it be money or whether it be eyeballs or anything like that. And they change their personality and who they are. Because even I've met people personally that I was excited to shake their hand. And then when I shook their hand, I was like, you're a douche, you know, like I just that's how it is.
Just like that from the handshake.
Yeah.
You just
I
knew it.
Well, and I will say,
Did we shake hands?
The dead fish.
but no, and I will say I do have a decent judgment of character. Like I can tell within meeting somebody within the first 5-10 minutes if we're going to be friends or not. Like I can just usually tell that.
I wanna know
Have
what you
I
thought
been
about us
buffaloed
the first
before?
5
I'd rather
minutes.
not
No.
know.
I was tired
5
and I
minutes
knew
was
I was
probably
going
rough.
into hellholes. So I was just like, all right, let's see how these guys are. But
5 minutes was rough. 20 minutes in, we were making
worse?
some jokes that were jumping some lines.
yeah,
Sorry, Jess.
it was, I knew that was coming. But no, that's how I knew I was going to like you guys because you were referencing videos that I love. And then I was like, oh, we're going to get along just fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But no, just I don't get caught up in that stuff, dude. Like, I don't really care about the numbers and stuff. Obviously, having more eyeballs on your stuff helps you get more sales and helps, you know, build the business. But at the end of the day, we are not a number.
Yeah.
We are individuals, and more importantly, that I care about, like when we leave somewhere or if I leave somebody for the day or whatever, one, I'm going to tell them I love them. And two, I just want you to remember me for who I am as a person rather than a statistic.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Like that's just how I feel.
For sure.
I think you do a great job at being authentic, and I mean you got to play the game, right? And to some degree, you're going to have to play this game to get those views. Otherwise, the channel dies, the business dies.
Absolutely.
But having met a number of people, you do a great job.
No, I appreciate it.
At being authentic and just being you, which I think is why you're super easy to talk to. You're easy to be around because it doesn't feel like I'm talking to anyone fake or someone who thinks that they're higher and mightier than they should be.
Oh yeah.
So I appreciate that.
No, I've
that
always
comment.
tried to, not change Wes, but change his mind on a couple things. No, not happening. Stubborn. Like,
Wes is Wes.
He's
Yeah.
a brick wall. It's like, nope. Hate that idea. Sorry, Brick.
It
I
is
was
true.
like, dude, I need you on my side on this one. No, I can't do it, brother.
Brick's like, oh, crap.
I will say I can be a stubborn asshole. I am kind of set in my ways in a lot of different aspects of life.
Yeah.
And my wife has had to learn that the hard way as well. And it's funny too, because we had to get married in June because there was no other month that I was basically available. You know, I was just like, okay, well, spring is for shed hunting. Summer, you got about 2 months. And then from August to about the end of December is hunting. So June or July, when we get married, you know? And I don't know. I feel, though, like I do speak my mind, and I do feel I operate on truth more than not. You know, like obviously everybody tells little white lies to make themselves feel better about a situation and stuff, but I do just like telling it how it is. And I remember my grandpa telling me this when I was real young. He was like, just don't lie. And he's like, because one, you're going to have to remember all the bullshit stories that you told other people. He's like, but when you tell the truth, you know the truth, and you tell one story. And that just always stuck with me. Yeah. And even with my mom, you treat people the way you want to be treated. That's what she always told me growing up. So I live by those principles of life. And yeah. I think in your stuff reflects it, right? For sure. It's like that. I'd say that's one of the reasons why I actually watch your Instagram stories versus a lot of other people, because they get the daily questions. If you don't follow Wes on Instagram, you should do it. But he has these daily, the question of the day. If you guys watch these, I watch them every day. Well, I appreciate it.
Question of the day. How do I not know about
He
this?
doesn't watch your stuff.
Oh my gosh. Where have you been?
I watch your stories every morning.
Well, then you would know about the question of the day.
Don't just skip through them. You got to watch them.
When did you start doing question of the day?
A year ago?
Oh, yeah, it's been a hot minute. But
yikes, Brett.
Let's
you
just delete
just
this
stop.
Make note.
Yeah.
I don't watch all of them, I guess.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I think I know the answer to this, but like with all the social media stuff we've been talking about, if you could rather just focus on filming and not have to do the Instagram side, like if Instagram just went away tomorrow, would you prefer to do the filming and all of that, or do you like the Instagram stuff too? Because it's almost like a
don't get me
necessary
wrong.
evil.
Like, I would almost rather. It's hard to say because people have asked me, oh, what are you going to do if Instagram goes away? You probably won't ever shed hunt or hunt. And it's like, bullshit. I love shed hunting. I love hunting. I will do that regardless if Instagram goes bye-bye tomorrow. I will be doing this stuff.
Might lose a few influencers that way, though.
What's that?
You could afford to use a few influencers that way.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying this is just, it's what I'm passionate about. You know? Like, people are going to still do what they're passionate about, whether it makes you money or not.
Yep.
That one's a hard one just because social media has been honestly a blessing in my life. Yeah. I wouldn't have the opportunities and the partnerships and all these different things happen in my life without social media. But even filming, there are times that I've been on a hunt or, you know, whatever I've been doing, and it's just like, I don't even want to pull out the camera. I want to enjoy this for me. And it's funny because Britt sent me a freaking meme, and it's of, what is that video? Walter Schmitty or something like that?
Walter Mitty.
Or whatever.
He's with Sean Penn.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's about to take a photo of a
the
snow leopard.
Yeah. But then he doesn't. He's like, sometimes I just like a moment for myself, you know?
I don't like to let the camera get in the way of a moment. And it was funny because we were with the team, and
it was the day before.
Yeah, they were very nervous that, you know, we weren't. That they
wanted Will and they didn't want me. Let's put it that way.
They must have not known you.
They must have not been with you for this game.
Will is a really good video guy.
Sure.
He is. I mean,
Will is
I
awesome.
wish I give Will a lot of crap, but Will is a really good.
Will's
video
easy.
guy.
He's
very good.
He's a really good editor.
He's very
too.
easy to get crap too.
But no, the guys were nervous because they weren't seeing a whole lot, and they knew that the other teams were seeing quite a bit of elk, and so they wanted to make sure the cameraman was getting them in elk so they didn't look bad, and. They were talking about this experience. They said they had a whole bunch of encounters with elk, and they're just like, I don't know if Wes got it on film because we had to tell me hey, did you film that? And Wes was like, oh crap. At least that's what they said. And so every night the video guys we all sleep in the same area, right? And
what happened was, remember the bull came in to 20 yards and we were all sitting there and I didn't have my camera on me, but we were taking a break and I didn't have my camera on me, and it was their very first encounter with a bull, and I didn't have my camera's literally 10 yards away from me. That's why they said what they said.
Okay, I didn't know.
Well,
I
blew
wasn't
it.
there with them, right? It's just the two hunters and Wes. But yeah, Wes is like not getting shots of our elk that we're encountering, and we had some cool encounters. I was like, oh crap.
Actually-
so we kind of talk about it, and at night I'm just like, dude, Wes, like, what's going on? Like the guy said, like there was a big bull encounter, like really close, and you didn't film any of it, and I was like, what's going on, dude? Like it's just more of a check and like, hey, how's everything going out there? And you know, I wasn't trying to come down on Wes or anything, but he's just like, oh boy, that's not how it happened.
Yeah.
And it was just funny. So we give Wes a lot of crap now. And I saw that meme and I was like, oh dude, I have to send this to Wes.
We
Just locked in the moment. I wanted it
had
for
a
myself.
really cool mountain lion encounter. Wes didn't film any of it,
I didn't feel
Oh,
I was
come
behind
on.
you guys.
and you paid for that choice.
I did. I did.
That was an abrupt stop.
Yes, it was. Right
Yeah,
to
I
the
heard about
dick.
He stopped you with his game, his
Or
bugle
bugle
tube.
It was
Yes.
like a domino effect because like I hit Tyler just wham, reels. Yeah, that was funny.
That's kind of on Tyler. Come on, man. You can't do a low blow stop.
I didn't realize he was that close to me.
I was just going because we were on elk right at that point in
We
time.
were
We were on our way to there.
we were on
Yeah.
our way to the elk, and we were trying to get over there. But I mean, what 40 yards away, you come around a corner and there's a mountain lion drinking out of
Oh my
a
gosh.
spring. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen a mountain lion in the wild.
That's the first one I'd ever seen.
Thankfully. Yeah.
I've seen a couple in my day.
If you, yeah.
And
They're
the
not fun.
one thing that stuck with me is how quietly she left. She left at a full sprint
you didn't
without
hear
a
a
sound,
thing.
though.
Yep.
I think that's why I've never seen one. 'Cause I know I've been in areas where there's mountain lions.
They probably checked you out a few
Oh, yeah.
times.
Yeah. Well, I was turkey hunting, and I skipped a day, and came back out, and this guy's like, "Hey, you're not going up to that blind up there." I was like, "Yeah, that's my blind. That's where I go." He's like, "Yeah, dude, there was 2 mountain lions there yesterday, midday." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "No."
Could have had one.
This one smells bad.
So we're coming to check it out.
This guy's been eating a lot of beef jerky.
Oh man.
All right, swinging it back.
Bring
Here we
it back.
go.
Bring it back.
What would you recommend? And not that like I want to promote more influencers, but for people who just want to film their hunts, right? We got an opportunity to probably film a cool hunt, but it's probably going to be trash because we're the ones filming it. It'll be a cool hunt, just terrible film, right?
We'll see.
What kind of recommendations do you give to people who just want to get out there and start filming? Like gear,
Just-
does it matter?
Your iPhone is your best friend.
All right.
Seriously, iPhone
the
will
camera you
literally.
have, the best camera is the one you have on you. So,
Yeah. And I mean, you don't even need to break the bank. Like you already have a phone, you have a camera inside your phone, use it. Obviously, it may not be the best video quality, it may not be the best audio, but that is your best friend. And then especially, I'm partnered with All In. It's a digiscoping company. You throw on your phone onto the spotter, and now you have amazing animal footage.
That's true.
And it's honestly just pulling out your phone or your camera, whatever you have. It's just pulling out your whatever it is and just filming.
Okay.
That's all it is.
So I've got the phone. Mm-hmm. Audio's not going to be the best. So the first piece of equipment that you would recommend to upgrade. Everyone's carrying a phone around, right? The majority of the population has a smartphone in their pocket. So do you recommend people to upgrade the audio first? Like maybe get a little microphone?
I'm seeing, I don't even know how you upgrade the audio on your phone technically.
I think
I've
you can
never
plug
tried
those,
it.
Those DJI
Yeah, they've
microphones
got
into
The
your
DJI
phone.
or like the wireless, the Rode ones.
Gotcha.
They come with a transmitter. that
Well, there you
plug
go.
in.
You know more than I do. So
Well,
I just
Why am I not filming?
yeah, exactly. But no, honestly, that's a tough one. Just whatever you can afford.
All right.
That's fair.
If you want to have better audio and better, quality of your video, get a nicer camera.
Yeah,
That's just where it comes down to. Whatever you can afford and what you're comfortable with.
fair enough.
What did you get started with?
My phone. And honestly, until like last year, I filmed all my shed hunts with my phone.
Really?
And then I only
just
started
easier.
really filming my hunts with my Sony only a couple of years ago. So that is one of my regrets. I wish I would have started filming all my stuff with a Sony. but I learned over time,
Yeah, for sure.
But everything was with my phone just because it's right there. It's convenient, and you don't have to have a $3,000 lens on the end of it and be so careful with it all the time. And I just did everything with my phone. And then my very first camera that I bought was in 2016, and that was a Nikon D3400. And I filmed that very first ram hunt with that, and just honestly, it was a cheap camcorder. I just knew that it had 1080 quality and zoom, and so that's what I filmed my very first hunt with. And then I think it was like 2019, I bought my Sony A7 III, and then I literally just barely bought a Sony A7S III. And so I used a non-articulating screen the entire time up to this point. I don't even know what I'm filming when I'm filming myself because my screen's on the other side. And that's why I made the switch, because there were so many times that I'd go out of focus.
Yeah.
So that's why I made the switch. Yep. And I wish, with running my business, I wish I would have took filming a lot more serious. And dude, nobody writes a playbook of how to run a business, especially a hunting related business. Obviously I had great mentors that I reached out to and asked questions and had help with, but taking it from literally, oh, let's film YouTube. Oh, let's have a website. Oh, we're selling apparel. Oh, now you have a t-shirt subscription. Oh, and then all these things that compiled on top of each other. Nobody told me how to really technically do it. It's just all trial and error. Some things have worked out, some things haven't. I used to do a lot more antler restoration jobs, and I just figured out that's not worth my time.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore. So yeah, it's been a lot of trial and error, but I do wish I would have stuck with my quality of my content and doing more of it and being more educational. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into this, but yeah, I wish I would have took it more serious.
So I kind of want to get back into shed hunting a little bit. So, you're doing like a lot of hunting and other stuff like that. But shed hunting still takes priority in everything that you do, right?
Depending on the season. During spring, shed hunting. During the fall, hunting.
Do you make a bunch of money doing shed hunting? And how, I guess, like, I doubt you get like hate. I don't know if you get hate or not.
Oh, everybody gets hate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So,
He's
but like
it.
the shed hunting industry, like, and whenever I hear about it, I just hear like negative, like, oh man, it's everybody's doing it, and these people are ruining shed hunting,
animals.
Participation trophies.
Yeah, well, and then there's also just the it's turned into a big money game. Like people like getting sheds, getting in there, breaking rules to get in there, and I don't know. There's just a whole bunch of stuff along those lines. Like I guess like overall, like your shed hunting journey, like what's the good and bad?
I would say the worst part is people, when we have shed closures, people going into the certain units or states that have the shed closure and poaching it. That's the number one thing that I dislike about the shed hunting community, is just the dishonest people that just try to cheat their way through it.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but that is honestly kind of the only negative. Yeah, I've had people say, you're ruining shed hunting, blah, blah, blah. It's like, literally 2 years ago, I had one of the best years I ever had, and I've been doing this religiously since 2012. And so I do feel people do make a lot of excuses too. They're like, oh, I used to go out here and find this many sheds every single time. It's like, well, guess what? A lot more people do it. You just need to work harder now. Get away from the roads, or even some spots, I'm finding a lot of sheds right next to the roads because everybody thinks you have to go deep. So it's like sheds can be anywhere. It's your time. Honestly, the more sheds you're going to find depends all on how much time you're going to be spending out in the hills. And a lot of people honestly think that I'm shed hunting every single day and, or multiple times a day. During shed season, the max I get out in a week is maybe 3 days. And that's just because we did a Friday, Saturday, Sunday trip. For the most part, I'm really not getting out all that often. It's just I make the most of my time while I'm out there. A lot of people will literally go hike from, 10 to about 4 or 5. We're literally hiking from sunrise to sunset. Like when we're out there, we're there to shed hunt.
Yeah.
And so I don't think a lot of people take it as serious as we do either. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people that take it serious, and I'm not going to say that, because there are some diehard shed hunters and people that would put our D's in the dirt because of their knowledge, how much time they spend around animals, how much they know, certain areas and stuff. Like some of the best shed hunters I know, that people that have a lot of sheds, aren't even on social media.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, there have been people that have talked crap on me, and they're like, "You're ruining shed hunting." And it's just like, no, I'm not. You're just being lazy. I'm sorry. That's just kind of how it is. Or they're cheating the system.
So are you still on the side of like, I mean, are you encouraging more and more people to go shed hunting?
Oh, 100%. Like dude, I'm never going to talk smack on somebody doing something that they love. And a lot of people get pissed off at people if they see other people in their area, or people like have literally thrown hands on the mountain over a shed.
Yeah. What is the biggest shed you've ever found?
Elk. I found that 380 deadhead, but if he would be matched on both sides, he'd be 420. But because he's a freak on the one side, he's 380.
Is that that 3-antlered one you found?
The what?
Is that the one that had the 3 antlers?
No, that's total separate deadhead. Mm-hmm. And then my biggest deer set, which my buddy Chad at the time, I found one side, and I guess the ethical rule in shed hunting, whoever finds the first side, if the other side is picked up, you have to give it up. That's just kind of the rules that I was even taught being brought up in shed hunting and all that. But I found the first side and he found the second side, but it's a 216-inch mule deer.
Jeez. And who has it?
I have one side, he has the other.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Ex-friend.
No, and plus we do have bro sets. This is what we call it, bro sets.
Yeah.
We share each other's...
Clack your antlers together once in a while.
The brother buck.
You meet up every so often and match them.
Yeah. Actually, we do.
The rule is the first person that finds the shed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
First person that finds the side, they get the set.
Yeah, that's the rule that we've always done.
That's it.
Because I've never really shed hunted, right? Just I got other priorities, and it doesn't sound like something I wouldn't do. But when we were out hunting in Idaho one time, I stepped on an elk shed, picked it up.
Nice.
It was like freaking sweet. Found an elk shed. And then Jay stepped on one, and he was like, "Is this your side?" And I had every intention of helping me match it up, but it ended up being another right.
Mm-hmm. So we legit thought
we both walked away with
so
one shed.
Yeah, but we legit were like, "Oh my gosh, we just smashed it." And he's like, "Oh, it's the right side." And I was like, "Oh."
Story of my life.
And that's every shed I've ever found has been when I'm out hunting.
Yeah.
I've never
Same.
gone purposely, or actually I've gone purposely looking for them once and never didn't find anything.
It happens. It happens. I've been skunked plenty of times.
Good.
Oh, yeah. I get my little piece of humble pie. Yeah, absolutely. See, and don't get me wrong. Like, it is weird what I do for a living. And especially with shed hunting in general. You're literally out there trying to find a piece of calcium out in the woods. And I have traveled 16 hours one way just to go find sheds, which is dumb.
Yep.
Dumb.
Okay, you said it.
But I don't know. There is that aspect that I love about shed hunting because, one, it's therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
And I love being in the mountains. I've had more spiritual encounters in the mountains than any day at church. And it's unique to yourself. That shed, nobody else can ever find unless you sold it or replicated it or something like that. Nobody else will find that exact same shed.
Well, hold on.
I love that aspect of shed hunting.
I left a shed in the canyon in Oregon. After I
you
rode on
didn't
it,
pick
I
it up.
found this first.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Actually, I'll be honest, the plan was to go back the next day with him and be like, "Hey, look at that." And then he was going to pick it up.
He'd be like, "Oh, yeah." They're like,
Somebody wrote this on.
I found this
That was funny. I forgot about that.
Gosh.
Someone's find
Always
it.
joking.
So, along with shed hunting and Rise and Shed, you also do something called Shed and Tell.
Yes, sir.
So, tell everybody about what is Shed and Tell, why you started it, and also how you help people with Shed and Tell.
So Shed and Tell, it was honestly an idea with my buddy Matt Lee and I. We were just like, dude, it'd be fun to have a little barbecue and have people bring out sheds. You know, that was our initial thought process. And I just told him, let's do it. We're doing it. And so kind of made an announcement. And this was was it 2018? I think it was 2018 was our very first year.
It's been going on that long? Nice.
And yeah, because it was our seventh year of doing Shed and Tell. So we're like, yeah, let's do it. We're going to have it at the park, blah, blah, blah. And then I was approached by another gentleman on social media, and he goes, hey, I heard about your Shed and Tell. Do you plan on selling antlers there or anything like that? And I'm like, wasn't planning on it, but that's a great idea. And then his cousin had a baby that had a birth defect, and we then turned it into Horns for Hudson. And that was the very first Shed and Tell. So anybody that brought out antlers and went into the sell pile, that was Horns for Hudson. But that was just kind of Shed and Tell. And I was like, dude, it'd be cool to have a cause for this. Yeah, hell yeah, let's do Horns for Hudson. And then the next year, it was just like that time was happening, and we had such a good time the first year. We're like, we should do it again. And then we did it again, and we had another cause. And then that's kind of my rule, though, is if we have a Shed and Tell, there has to be a cause. And so what that consists of, though, is just people bringing out their antler piles, Euros, whatever they got going on. And it has been so crazy to see the event morph, because at first it was just a bunch of friends coming out, having a good time, showing their sheds. And now, even last year, we now have companies coming out. We have people bringing out mounts, setting up booths, raising money for family in need. And it's been a cool, unique experience just to see that grow from just an idea of wanting to have a barbecue and bring out some sheds.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And the one thing I like that you do about it too is that you said you're bringing companies is it's free to get a booth spot.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Which you don't charge for that, which is cool. Like,
nope. And it's funny because people are like, dude, you can make money off of booth spots. I'm like, I don't want to charge.
Yeah, that's cool.
I want
like
this
that.
to be completely free. And we've had it catered. There was a couple years we had it at my buddy's family's bowling alley, the Delton Lanes bowling alley in Riverton. We had it there for a couple years. And now that I've been partnered with Badass for the last 2 years, we've had it at Badass Outdoor Gear. And they've been super helpful, help us put it on. They've helped pay for catering and all these different things. And it's just like, damn, like it's pretty cool to just watch it and just even have people come up to you and they're like, dude, this is such an awesome event. I'm so glad that you do this. And it's like, I didn't do anything but just tell people about it. Like, it's the people that show up and the people that give back and the companies and other just individuals that give back to the cause. That's what makes Shed and Tell so special. So it's nothing that I did. I just shared it.
That's pretty cool. And you're also involved in another event, Do Utah.
Yep.
Tell us about that one.
So Do Utah is disabled outdoorsmen of Utah, and they work with a variety of different things with people with, disabilities, whether they can't use their legs or their arms or whatever. And so they put on an event it is now called the Land and Hatch Do Utah Youth Shed Hunt. And you have kids out there with a wide variety of disabilities, and to just sit there and film that, dude, like I've been lucky enough to film it the last few years, and to watch those kids light up, it changes a person. I will say that. It changes a person. And it's definitely made me, like, as I've matured and I've become a father, not even just being a father, but like realizing what's really important and how much the little things really do mean. And it kind of puts life into perspective. Like, I've never been around or had any type of disability, so it's like I've always had full function of my body.
Yeah.
I've never really had to do any of that.
Yeah.
And I remember vividly, we went to Oklahoma, and Porter Hancock, he is wheelchair bound. And I remember he had to take a shower, and he's like, Mike, I just need help getting in, blah, blah, blah. And then I got it. And he's like, all right, well, what do you need us to do? And he's like, well, I'll be in here for like an hour and a half. And then, I'll need help getting out and stuff. Dude, I never thought about what it took to get somebody from a wheelchair and his unique experience to getting him showered and then back in a wheelchair an hour and a half. dude, when you hear stuff like that, it's like, holy shit. Like, I do not have anything to complain about.
Yeah.
What do I have to complain about? Yeah. And so I will say, like, that event alone has changed my life, though. And seeing the parents that are out there and seeing the kids that come out, and it was a unique experience. This last time, I'm going to try not to get emotional, but it is now called the Land and Hatch Utah Shed Hunt, and they planted a tree for him.
Oh, that's cool.
And to watch the kids, every kid took a turn taking a scoop of dirt and putting it in there. And like, dude, I should not have this responsibility of editing that video anymore just because, dude, I was editing with watery eyes the entire time. But all the kids with all their different disabilities, they all took a scoop of dirt and put it in the hole. And it's just like, man,
that's
like,
powerful.
Oh, dude. Like, and then even when you're there, like, you feel it. And that event is a feeling more than anything. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, because obviously you can say, oh, it's so much fun. Oh, it's exciting. And it is all those things. But until you're there and you witness what happens and you see all the strong families, you see all the parents, you see all these people come out for a cause. And then when you see kids literally, you know, like just even struggling to pick up a shovel to put in the piece of dirt, it was just like, whoa. Like, it hits you, like, and it hits you right in the feel goods. And that's like, even on the post that I made, it's like, I have become a better person and has changed my perspective on life. Like, it literally narrows down the little things and what's important. I mean, all those things. And I truly believe that everybody should experience that event at least once in their life, just to feel it. Just know what I'm talking about, but just to feel it. Yeah. It changes people. And then I've been lucky enough to go on hunts where somebody has never killed an animal before because they were wheelchair bound. They thought their life was over, you know, like couldn't do the things that they thought they were going to be able to do and stuff. And so like when you're on that type of experience though too, it does the same exact thing to you. It's like, man, I literally got to watch him take his first animal and he never thought he'd be able to do this because he's in a wheelchair. You know, so it just
pretty cool.
It changes you working with those type of people.
How did you get involved with Do Utah?
How did I get involved? I think I just reached out to them and I was like, hey, I heard you guys needed, that's what it was. I heard that they needed a filmer for an event and I just kind of reached out to them and I was like, I want to be involved in this. This is cool as shit. I think what you guys are doing is awesome. And I reached out. That's awesome. Then they responded and they're like, yeah, come on out, you know, like, and every single time, like, that's the thing is that community is just always so welcoming. Like, they're never going to turn anybody back. And, you know, they gave me a chance. I went out and filmed an event for them. And then they actually even offered like a full-time position, like for like, hey, all of our events, we want them filmed. Will you do that? And so I haven't been able to obviously make it to every hunt and every event, but I do actually try to make sure that I'm at that shed hunt every single year.
That's cool.
Just because that's my jam. That's right up my alley. Yeah. But I've been fortunate enough to be able to film a couple disabled outdoorsmen just actual hunts within itself.
That's cool. So how can others get involved?
You can actually go onto their website and they have a form for you. You can fill it out. You can be a volunteer. You can do all these different sort of things. But yeah, just go onto their website and look them up.
Okay. And what about Shed and Tell? Just show up, have a good time, get involved right then in the event, right?
Yep. But that's the thing. If you do want to be a vendor and you have, you know, a business that you want to shout out or anything like that, just please let me know beforehand and we'll get you a space.
Cool.
Do they need to reach out to you on Instagram or like, do you have an email you want to reach out to?
risenshed@gmail.com is my email. And then, DMing me on Instagram is the best way to. Or text me if you have my number.
Unless your name's Tyler. Then Wes won't ever get back to you.
Oh, and then he didn't show up.
I was like, no, that's cool. I think it's cool that you're involved in that. Not only, maybe my perspective is sometimes influencers, or you mean you're promoting yourself, and you're like, sometimes it can be very selfish, outwardly looking in, right? I don't know, but it's cool that you're getting involved in those different activities and giving back, right? Because to your point, like a lot of those kids probably would never be able to go and get a shed. with the disabilities that they have, right?
Yep.
To me, that hits home because I have a disabled a niece with a disability, and like the fact that people will do things to help her do things that she wants to do in life, like that hits home for me too. Like that's cool that you're doing that, and I'm sure that the parents cannot be more appreciative too. So
Yeah, no kidding.
yeah, that's really cool. I like that that you're doing that, and that's every year at what time of year?
It's usually around June. And then same with Shed and Tell.
At the same
both
spot,
of those.
though.
No,
The
they've
shed hunt?
changed. The shed hunt will be back in Panguitch, though. Yes, and then
Okay, cool.
even Shed and Tell, as long as I'm partnered with Badass,
Badass.
yeah, it'll probably be a Badass.
spot.
And it is interesting. Like I've had multiple people reach out, and they're like, "Dude, you need to do a Shed and Tell in this state or this city and stuff." And
Oh, wow.
it's
Like
been
shed-
it's been kind of crazy.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Hold on, well, let's just say this, okay? Shed and Tell tour.
Trust me, it's already been.
Dude, that's cool.
It's been discussed. Trust me. But that was how I said it, though. Is I have to have a cause if I'm going to be doing a Shed and Tell.
Yeah,
enough.
And
that's
if
cool. Fair enough,
if we do take it out of state, I want to have a cause in that state. I don't
Yeah.
want everything to go back to the one cause.
Yeah.
No, I want it
Have it
separate.
different.
I want everything separate.
Yeah, that's cool. That'd be a cool format.
So
Yeah.
Shed and Tell tour. That's a good segue into what does the future of Rise and Shed look like?
I do actually have something that I can't technically share just yet.
Ooh.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No spoiler alerts. But for the year, I do have 5 tags. I have a deer and elk tag here in Utah. I have a deer and elk tag in Montana, and then I'll do Pennsylvania whitetail. And then
Colorado's.
And are these archery rifle? Like which ones are they?
Okay, so
Combo
I'll
tag
get
in Montana?
yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, elk will be archery here. I have the dedicated deer here.
Nice.
And then Montana is basically
weapon?
it's
Yeah,
archery
with all the
rifle
seasons.
with deer and elk.
Yeah.
And then it'll be rifle Pennsylvania. And I don't know how much I can share on this, but I have a chance to go to Mexico after some coups with a bow in
Ooh,
January.
that would be cool.
So more details on that later.
So you got a lot of hunts lined up.
I have
like it.
quite a few hunts lined up, and then it's funny because we were going over the scheduling. Some of these hunts I will not be able to film on Hunt Wars because I will have my own hunts going on. So
This is gonna be, I think, Wes's first year not filming with us.
it
Pretty bummed.
well, I wouldn't say not filming completely, but on the New Mexico elk hunt will be the first year that I won't be there. And that's like my favorite one to do out of all of them.
And this one's gonna be sweet.
I hate you.
It was his favorite until he went to Oregon.
Until we went to do that Oregon, I liked
It was fun. Like,
was
don't get me
nice
wrong,
bulls up
but
there.
it was different though. Like, I think just because I am more of a desert rat, New Mexico is just a lot more fun for me. And plus, we know the unit really well now, and so
to
it's
that
just
unit.
like, what's that?
Not going to that unit.
I don't give a shit. But I'm just saying, at that point in time,
That's why he's
we
not
knew,
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we knew that unit really well, and so it was fun because it's like, oh, we're going into this spot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you know. And so it gets you kind of excited. Oregon, I didn't know what we were walking into, and then when you guys took us to the hellhole, I was like, fuck, Oregon, like this sucks, dude. What are we doing in here right now? But
Oregon
no, as it went,
had some steep stuff.
it
that's
did.
for sure.
But it got better
and
as
it's
it
a
went on.
jungle though. Like in certain
Yeah.
aspects, certain areas, it's straight jungle. Like you're not even getting a shot off.
No,
Like
it,
it,
it sounded like the elk was like, I was like, dude, it sounds like he's 20. Where is he? He's 20 yards from us. I can't see the guy. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, there were definitely certain aspects of Oregon that I do love. And then there was some that I was just like, I kind of like New Mexico more. But it's like,
It's just
know.
different. It's just
It
different.
is
And
different.
it's funny how, I mean, we get to see like hunters from Wyoming, Montana, Oregon, Washington, everywhere that come and hunt in New Mexico, and they're just like, dude, this is a different beast.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything is like the elk are behaving opposite of what they do in my state.
And I will say that
It
New
is
Mexico
crazy.
elk do operate different than any other elk I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
And
So-
they are weirdos out there.
Anybody
but they're
planning to hunt
so
New
much fun.
Mexico
Bring your A game and then some.
and stay open minded because you're gonna have to change it up. That's for sure.
Yep. But I will say, also with filming Hunt Wars, I have loved the aspect that I've learned so many different hunting techniques from all these different hunters and their backgrounds and stuff. Like there's some stuff I've agreed with other hunters, and then there's some stuff that I'm just like, I don't know if I agree with that decision, but let's try it out. And sometimes it's worked out and sometimes it hasn't. So I do love the aspect of when we have been cameramen, that we get to be with all these different types of hunters and learn from them. Yeah. Because I have actually learned a shit ton from being a camera guy on Hunt Wars.
I think I said this on one of our other podcasts. It's like, dude, I am easily 10 times the hunter that I was before we started this.
100%.
And like every year, it's like, it's just a training session. And you get to go with super experienced guys, you get to go with inexperienced guys, and you're learning what does and doesn't work. And it's funny, like Will really pushed for us to switch teams like every day.
Yeah, I remember I was so against it.
We were against it.
I was so
Wes
against
and I
it.
were so against it.
I hated it.
And then we did it, and I was just like, hell,
we should have been doing this all along.
Crap, dude, Will was right.
Yeah, he was.
It's like one of the best decisions we've made. I mean, it's just you get to hang out with different guys every day. So you get to, I wouldn't have been able to go hunt with you guys, right?
Yeah, you would have. You were our camera day one.
Was
Thanks
it day
for
one?
remembering.
Wow. But no, I do love that aspect. 100%. But I mean, coming from how we were thinking, though, it was like, all right, you build this camaraderie with one team. Your secrets are only with this team.
Yep.
Like I was on the selfish aspect of just like, no, these are my guys. Like this is who I want to be with. But then when we switched it up, I actually fell in love with that idea because let's say you kind of have more of a quiet team. And then you get to go out with an exciting team. It's like, oh, I want to be with these guys more often. Good thing we switch off. But the downfall of switching off, though, too, say you go out with a team one day and they hike their dick into the dirt. Yeah. And then the next day you have to switch. And, that first team would now be taken a little bit easier the next day. Oh no, the second team is ready to go and they're going to do 17 miles the next day.
They had their chill day the day before.
Yeah. And so like, I don't know, it's been a lot of fun just seeing the different types of hunting, the different personalities that people have. And, like I've made now lifelong friends off the show now just because, it is a social media type thing. But at the end of the day, it's also a brotherhood. And it's, like you get to learn a lot about a person in a day of hunting. When you're sitting with somebody for multiple hours of the day and you're just
doing hard things.
Yeah.
And like rough, like, I don't know. There's something about doing hard things together that I don't know, just kind of strengthens that bond, you'd say.
Absolutely.
I can proudly say we got Wes to tell us stuff that he has not told many people.
Yeah, I remember
he broke down a lot of walls.
He's like, hey, like Wes told us stuff that he's never told you. And I was like, dude, Wes has told me everything. I've been with Wes for like 5 years now. Like,
and you'll never know what Wes told us.
I know the things I can share with Britt and I can't.
Yeah, every year I learn more. Apparently,
year 2 you learned a lot real quick
I learned
one night
on this podcast. I didn't know that you were offered Hunt Wars before we were. So,
can we talk about year 2?
Year 2.
It's actually Aaron South's hunt.
We're going back to that.
I mean, I guess
what'd you learn about each other?
No, well, never mind.
No. We're gonna break guys down now. Like.
Nah, it's all right. We're good.
Here we go.
I was talking about the.
Well, maybe Wes doesn't want to bring that up. I wasn't going to bring it up. That's your call.
That was video.
We're good. We're good. Funny. But it was funny though.
Wes thought he was getting fired.
I definitely thought I was fired.
Yeah.
Right there. Yep.
Season 1.
Were you still working for free?
No, that was season 1.
Was it?
That was season 1, bro.
Oh, it was because I had just done 24 days without it with Will, sleeping like a bear, and I couldn't sleep. And that's why I brought it.
Question, is that why it was in slow motion?
Was like,
no. Actually, no.
Everything's in slow motion.
Because the first time, no. Like I was...
Yeah, I'm just giving you crap.
So, yeah, that was just being an idiot, honestly.
Season 1 was It was the
learning experience.
It was a learning experience for all of us, and we still didn't even learn enough on season 1. So
yeah.
Anyway, what was your question, Tyler?
I think we answered it. He can't tell us anything.
No, yeah,
No,
what's next
I have
for
my
Rise and
hunts and
Shed?
stuff, and then yes, I do have something that is going to be coming out, but I can't really share the details of that just yet, just because I want it dialed before I really start talking about it. Just because I am a huge believer on energy and karma.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell the world it and have a negative feedback on it, or people just sharing their little bits and pieces and stuff. It's like, no, I want to set this up a certain way. I have a schedule that I'm going to be following, and I want to be doing it, piece by piece.
Yeah, for sure.
And so,
I get that.
and it's not finished yet. Like, I already have a start, but it's not finished yet, and I want it to be a polished turd, if I can say that in my own brain,
That's the least offensive thing you said in the last hour, 20 minutes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I want it to be done tastefully. I want it to be done to, like, this is something that I can control myself.
Yeah.
And it's
I
just
get
like,
that.
I want this done the way I want it done.
No,
So-
that's fair.
And,
fair.
and I can control it.
Well, we can't wait
So-
to see what happens.
Well, I appreciate it.
Or
It's
talk
gonna
about
be
it
fun.
off camera.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
No, we're excited for you. That's cool. Anything else? Business-wise,
I mean, I do have some filming gigs that I'll be doing as well. I do have two gentlemen on my team, Mike Felice and Jared Knighton, that have joined Rise and Shed. And it's not like they're full-time positions or anything like that, because I'm still working towards that. But eventually I would love to bring them on full-time, and this is their full-time occupation. Like, I would love to get to that point.
Yeah,
And that's
cool.
obviously, however long it takes to get to that point, that's something that I'm always going to be striving for, because I would love to be able to say that I have employees and they're some of my best friends, and we're growing a business.
That's
you
cool.
know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I mean, that's kind of the gist of the rest of the year that I got going on right now. And then obviously
year.
with, the thing that I can't really share upon, that'll hopefully go for a long time though too. And we'll see what sprouts from that.
Nice.
Cool. So, yeah, we're looking forward to hearing from that. So at the end of the podcast, we always ask our guests, like, it's called the Vitals, the Huntworks podcast. So what's like one vital piece of information, whether it be hunting or maybe business, that you feel like is absolutely necessary that maybe help you get started? Or what vital piece of advice would you give somebody in any facet that you want to talk about?
You just want to put out there.
I think this kind of ties in with life and business together. Be you. Be authentically yourself. Don't be somebody fake just to make some dollar signs or anything like that. Be you. And don't be scared to apply yourself. I even talked about this on one of my questions of the day. I had that oh shit moment of, I guess, just life in general. Life is seriously about doing the things that you want to do, the things that you talk about, the things that you say, the things that you think. When you put those things into action, it's crazy what comes from that. Like, even like, I am as normal as it gets, like everyday type of guy, but I bet on myself and I started a business just because I had that thought.
Yeah.
And say that I'm doing a podcast right now with a TV show that I film for, and it's just like, what? Never thought that would be in the cards for me. So I would say apply yourself with anything that you want to do within your life. I would say just be a helping hand at all times. When people need help, be that person to help them, and just love. I do seriously feel life is all about love. Love what you do, love your neighbor, and just love the person that you are on the inside. Like, I don't know. It is interesting. The older I get, the more mature I get, the more, I become a father and husband and all that. Like, it's okay to get help. And I will say I have been to therapy, because I had to deal with my dad's death, and it's okay to get help. And it's okay to be open to get help, because, everybody in this life, they're worth something. Like, we all have so much potential and so much that's in our heart and our minds. Like, don't be afraid to apply yourself, and don't be afraid to get help. So that's kind of what I'll leave you with.
Solid.
I love it.
Love it.
Awesome. Well, thanks, everybody.
No, thank you, gentlemen. Right. Seriously, thank you for having me on. This was awesome. I enjoyed the conversation.
Good. We enjoyed having you.
Yeah. Good.
All right. We'll have you back for sure.
Maybe.
Thanks, everybody.
Maybe.